Welcome to this week's mentorship video. Today I want to talk about systemizing our business. It's a big thing, right? It's a big word, and it also can feel overwhelming and be like, oh my gosh, I have so much to systemize, or where do I start? I want to systemize my business. Well, the reality is that it's the one thing to win that I always talk about, and I talk about so often. The same thing applies to systemizing our business. We have to focus on one thing, and one thing we want to systemize, and then once that's systemized, then we can systemize the next thing, and we can systemize the next thing, and one by one we'll continue to systemize. And guess what? It kind of never ends. You keep making new systems, or you improve the old ones, and you keep making the business better and better. So it's almost never ending, but at some point, your team, because you're systemizing, you'll be able to have a team, you'll be able to have protocols so you know how the business works, so you can also have redundancies so that you can have different staff members do the same thing and have the same outcome. There's certain businesses that you probably have worked with where no matter who the staff member is, you can count on a consistent result. And that's what a lot of businesses want to have for the success with their clients, so they can know what to have and appreciate. So the main things here is coming back to that one thing. So how do we pick what to do? My encouragement, and always what I say, is kind of you need to list out the tasks that need to be done that are reoccurring type tasks that need to be done in your business on a reoccurring thing for different clients or however that works. And we can talk about this, and you can always message me on Voxer if you want detailed answers, because obviously a lot of these videos I'm giving you generalities but specific processes and that you need to take into your own business. So the thing that I want you to start to write down, what are the things that you really don't like doing? That's like high on the list for me, because if your energy is not into it, then we kind of have a problem, right? Because then you're not really going to want to do it. You tend to not put the energy towards it. It tends to be the thing that you put last on the list because you're dreading doing it. Or even if you're really good, you put it at the front of the list and you just get it done, but you have to grind through and you're really not happy doing it. But it's a must in your business. There are things in our business that we need to do, but we shouldn't be doing it. Just because you can doesn't mean you should, right? So the reality is those things that you don't like, make a list of that. And those might be the high thing to do. The other things that you can do but you shouldn't do, are based on things maybe you don't mind doing it, but it's a monotonous thing that somebody else can do. Maybe it's something that can be done at a lower wage. One way that people look at these things is like, what is the value for you? Like, even if you don't have an hourly rate, what would be your hourly rate? And then if you can hire someone for less than your hourly rate to do the task, most likely you should, and then you should be focused on the high dollar things in your business to make that happen. So what tasks there can you start to systemize and delegate? Because all these systems are based on, are you delegating or automating for the most part? It comes back to those three things I was talking about. What can you eliminate? What can you delegate? What can you automate? In order to make great procedures, we have to systemize those things so we can better delegate. So you can figure out the system and see, should we or can we automate this? Or do we build systems so that we can be more efficient and you can eliminate things that are not necessary because you put the time in to make that system? And then there's the last one for right now. There's other things and reasons, but this is to get the short list of what you should delegate first. Or not just delegate, systemize. That's the key word that we're talking about here today. Those are the things that you can't do, right? Or you're not good at, right? And because you might not mind doing it, but you have a whole learning experience. You might be better off systemizing that. And one key thing about systemizing this is I usually bring the person in that I'm going to hire, or that I already have hired, to help with that one task. And then I have them help build the system. So one thing about the systems is you don't have to do it by yourself. Once you start designing the system, the person that you're hiring or that you've already delegated to, you can bring them in and have them help. I've done this many times. Have them help write the process. So you can get it started, but then have them write it, and then you review it, and then see if you want anything changed, and then you test the system. You have them follow the procedure. If it works well, great. How can you make it better? And you have iterations of it. So the key areas, The things you do not like doing, that's probably the highest, because the sooner you get that off your plate, then you can do the things you like to do and your business will grow. Number 2, things that you don't mind doing, but they are kind of like monotonous tasks or things that you shouldn't be doing, or they're a low dollar value. It's something you can hire someone for a lower fee so you can go do the bigger things in the business. And then the third thing are things that are difficult for you to do. Maybe there's something that you're learning, or maybe you just don't know how to do. Getting someone else to do that and help you build the system around that will help you so that you don't have to worry about doing that task. So I would look at those 3 things and make the list, and then here's the key. You've got to pick one. So out of those, is it the one that you're most uncomfortable with? Is it something that's a tedious task that you don't mind doing but you shouldn't be doing? Or maybe there's something that you're really having a difficult time with and you should be subbing that out to someone else. Then write the system. So write a protocol. And it doesn't have to be long. I mean, people get crazy, like, systems, what is that? Really, it's just a list of procedures a lot of times. Now, it can get more sophisticated depending on your business, but you just get a piece of paper and you say step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. And if you make a graphic of it, box 1, box 2, box 3, like some people are more visual and some people can read the list. And a lot of times I do both, have a list of the things to do and then make like a little visual representation of it, and you put that in your little manual. Like over time, you're going to have many different systems and you put it into a book, right? So that's all you got to do is pick one and then write out how you do it and then have somebody else do it the same way. And let me look too. So we already did some about training your staff. So that was back on video 16. So then you take this system that I talked about and then go back to video 16 and use that training system to train your system once you have it written. And then you test that out. And then if it works well, great. Then move on to the next system. Then go back to your list of things you don't like, things that you shouldn't be doing, but you don't mind doing, but you're doing it now and you shouldn't be doing, and things that are really difficult for you that you should be getting off your plate. And then pick the next one to systemize. And then just keep picking the next one. Some of these could take you minutes to systemize. Others could take weeks or months if it's very difficult. So if you have any questions on this, get on Voxer, share with me what's going on, and then I'll be able to help you specifically help you build your systems. But this is the general concept of just picking one thing to systemize at a time, do it really well, then move to the next, then move to the next, then move to the next. And before you know it, let's say you are able to systemize one thing a week, then you'll have 52 different systems in the year. If you can do one a month, you'll have 12 systems by the end of the year. It's better than 0, right? If the systems are very complex and it takes a whole quarter, then you get 4 new systems in the thing. And once you build the system, hopefully you're able to delegate that, train someone else to run that system so you can focus on the next big thing. And hopefully this helps you with systems. Please let me know on Voxer if I'm hitting the point. If you have more questions, please let me know. And as always, remember, choose gratitude and create freedom. We'll see you on the next video.